everyone, and welcome back to Austin Talks, where today we've got a slightly different one. We are talking about the evolution of transportation. Very different from what we usually talk about. So, and I'm gonna do more videos like this, different stuff different from what I usually do, and I actually enjoyed making this video. So, I just thought it would be a great thing to just dive different from what we usually do. So, the first idea I had was evolution of transportation. So, I'm not really going to emphasize more on it, so let's just get right into it. Alright, so how long have we witnessed transportation? Well, since the first chariot made in 3000 BC, it was the first moving vehicle we had ever had that was manufactured by horses. Yeah, the engine was a horse, and as you can, the mode of transportation that has been around for many years, and I just think that it's so amazing how far we've come, because we've gone from literal horses to a workable engine, a car that can fly, and in like if you think about it, like a plane runs on an extreme engine, and the biggest movement they could have then was a horse walk. And you have to think about it, like some of them were slow, some of them were fast. So we've really come a long way. I mean, not only just in the years, but still definitely come a long way, and it's quite impressive. It really is impressive. Now, what's my most use of transportation? This is bad, but because practically I use a car every single day. Not a joke. I used one today. I used one yesterday. Wait, did I? How about that? No, I didn't. I didn't use it, but 5 days a week at least, and that's even when we're on holiday. When say on holiday in the summer, plane, you have to go drive around, a train, and I use transportation a lot, and that's not even including walking. This is including buses and all that shebang. Now, I probably spend 5 hours a week in a car for other activities, because I have football, school. I mean, that's no treat, but I probably spend, if you think about it, I did the math, probably 5 hours a week in a car, roughly. That's not accurate, but it's just an average. Now, and this is actually sadly worse than when when I'm on my phone, because when I use a taxi, I use my phone. When I'm being driven by a parent, I usually don't use my phone. I just talk to them, because that's just as entertaining. Cars are useful, but so are legs. And I can't wait for my place Wait, what? But I can't. Yeah, okay. Let me go back from this. So from where I go, from my place to the city, I cannot walk that. I would probably die of sunburn and dehydration, even if I took a gallon of water. And it is pretty much impossible. But cars are my most use of car is probably cars, but I use practically every use of transportation. I mean, a taxi is a car, to be fair, so yeah. Now, transportation statistics. Now, this may surprise you, because it surprised me, but here are the statistics. So, 18% for a car. Yes, 18 for a car. 12% for a bus, I believe that. 32% for walking. I would have actually not believed that. I would have said it was a bit more. That 38% for a bike. That I think is a lie. But I did look over the statistics. It's sadly true. The bike has changed to planes and boats. So if you think about it, it's about 19 for both planes and bats. And that's supposed to be bikes. And to boats even, and walking has been split into biking into 16%, because I mean 16% walking, 16% bike. I see a lot of people on a bike, and then I see a lot of people walking, to be fair, but I see at least 3 planes a day, 3 planes. So and I'm as I say, I'm driving everywhere, so I practically see one all the time. So it's not. I just changed the statistics because on my personal view, this is not the diagram here is accurate. The diagram is accurate, but in my personal viewing, it's like 19% for for planes and boats, and 16% walking and biking. That's just me, but obviously the one on the screen is actually true. Now, walking. We all walk when we get out of bed when we go to school, and when we play football. At least sometimes we walk across the pitch. Walking is just a natural command in our brains. And we all witness this. I had to walk into the room to start recording this. I had to walk. To the bathroom. I have to walk to go have dinner. We all do it. Actually, I'm thinking that walking is less and less every day because transportation technology is taking over every day, and I know that sounds bad, but it also depends on what the point of view you look at from. I look at things two ways: technological advancement, which I think is very cool, but then healthcare, you have to balance that out. If you don't walk, you don't lose weight. And I think losing weight is a big ethic for me because I used to be so fat. Walking is just a natural thing that happens, unless for different circumstances. It's just it's kind of hard because walking, yes, it helps you with exercise, but also I like seeing technological advancement because I think it's just so interesting. So I'm a bit torn on either of them. Now, cars. This surprised me because personally I use a car every single day, 6 out of 7 days a week, at least. I am certain a lot of people do too. So truly surprised, and it truly surprised me. So the cars are incredibly increasing every day. From the percentage of cars increase and the increase, the genuine statistics for people using a car every day, and this includes taxis, is 66.2%, and that is more than it sounds. So you average out the whole percentage of transportation, trains, buses, planes, boats up really low, but yeah, it's 66.2, and that's I think the biggest margin, and that's quick maths here, 43.8. Yeah, 43.8 for the rest of them. That is significantly low and then 66.2 for one. Hoi! I mean, you can't lie. That McLaren looks so cool. I want an Audi R8 when I grow up. That's just me. Now, buses. And I've seen the picture has merged with the truck on the road, which is actually just a transformer. These I very rarely use, but at times especially when I'm in England, I use a bus quite often. I very rarely use these, but from time to time, it's just loud. Wait, what? Yeah, cool. Don't know why I paused. Probably because the only times I've ever been on a bus it was because it was a school bus. I've never been on a school bus. Okay. When I say loud, I mean I can't hear my own voice, and it's not the greatest thing in the world. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, but when I'm trying to talk to a friend, I say, what? I can't hear you. It's because they're so loud. The reason I say this is because there's a school bus. That's the only times I go on it. When I go on a bus in England, they're so quiet. There's no one talking on them, unless they're it's Chinese whispers, That's basically what I hear. But on a school bus, it's yes, very loud and very, very not amusing. And I very rarely go on a school bus because I rarely go on trips. But buses are mostly associated with public transport and school, but this one I can't judge because I'm not on them much. I see quite a lot of buses where I am because there's like people who, like public transport, people need to get places, and it's not actually that much for a ticket. I mean, if I want to go somewhere, I could just buy one. I don't know how much they are, but it's easy. So I can't really judge much on a bus because I just don't use them that much. Anyway, planes! Conveniently, if you saw, that's a plane. Anyway, right, before COVID was a thing, I was going on planes practically every holiday to visit family, but the enjoyment was actually the one I'll never go away, the one that I'll never go away. Like, the enjoyment is just being on a plane and being aerial. I mean, see people say, oh, it's dangerous when you do this. If you think about it, you are taking your life at your own hands when you're on a bus, not when you're on a plane. There's a 50-50 chance if you fall or not. I mean, I saw this once. So recently, when I went on a plane, the wing. I love sitting by the window because I'm not a massive person that goes to the toilet. But so that's why I sit at the window. When I sit at the window, I was terrified because there was this red light that kept on going on, but I learned that red light's actually to see. But also I saw an orange thing like go over the wind, and it's actually because you're moving against the wind, which actually conducts heat, and when you conduct enough heat, it will turn fiery. So I was like, is the plane wing going down, like burning? And I got such a fright. But my dad assured me, it's just like, oh no, it's just the resistance of air. I was like, oh, cool. So a plane is another great idea because if you want to go across the world, I don't know what people did when planes weren't a thing. I don't know how they did it. I think they swam, but like that sounds painful. But like another great idea was being across the country it is quite a journey, and a plane is, believe it or not, the fastest way to get there. Even though, and like, so from where I am, if you think about America, from state to state, you may need to call, so some may call this the lifesaver of vehicles. Like, so from America, say LA to, I only recently learned this, but apparently San Francisco's in California, so I really need to get my facts right. Okay, I'm gonna go New York, so LA to New York. Please tell me that LA is not in New York. Wait. How long is New York from LA? 5 hours and 20 minutes. Oh my god. Yep, America is big. Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, it's you can drive that, but you'd probably be in there for 12 hours. So, yeah, it's hard. Like, and say Texas to New York, it's just a handful if you ask me. Anyway, trains. I love me a good train. I mean, I've just said that thinking I'm like Sheldon. Oh, this the irony. I mean, the only times I use a train is when I'm back in the UK. That's a lie. I don't even use the metro where I am. And as everyone is spread out and the train is more efficient, a train is the more efficient way to get there, especially around the UK. Trains are also classy because they are like moving offices. They are. When you're sat at a table. I sat at a table doing work before I knew it. Next stop, Liverpool. Great. And like trains were like, because you could just type away, and it's just because we were in Scotland, I think it was, and then we went to Liverpool, and it was a 3 hour train ride. I was watching Young Sheldon, and then I made about 5 YouTube videos, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, let me just do this. And I'm like, we're in Liverpool. Wait, what? How the train? Like, it felt like 5 minutes. I kid you not. I just get so lost when I'm in Young Sheldon. I say 5 minutes, but they're 20 minutes each. Anyway, now, why is transportation so important? Now, oof, transportation is more important to people than they think because it's how people do things every day, like food shopping and a school run. Everyone loves a school run. I always have to pray before I get out, before I go to before the school run, because I just like going into the city is just. What is so weird is to think about the way they must have done things before cars and buses and like were even a thing. So like boats, sailing boats, they were cool, and just like the whole thing just shocks me because as I say, you went from flying car, you went from buses to flying cars. It's just wow. I can't believe this. A train came before a bike. Wow. And now cycling is a sport. Now, what was the latest evolutionary milestone? There was actually two. According to reliable sources, these are reliable, the most current latest engineered or being engineered are flying taxis, and recent news, flying taxis were actually in my country, and the maglev train, which is practically the bullet train that we saw in August. This is truly groundbreaking, and it amazes me how much they've created, like the manufacturing and engineering process you have to go through for a bullet train and a and a flying taxi. It's just amazing. But do you know what's bad about a flying taxi? They'll be expensive as hell. They'll be like 100 dirham each just for getting in one. I mean, I get to places just fine where I am. It's only it'll be so expensive, but it's so impressive. That's why I actually got into engineering along with physics, but physics was way before this. But engineering is really curious when it comes to this. Now, how far till we run out of ideas? Yes. Yep, these are. Yeah. To this day, there are millions of ideas that are being finalized, so the question is immeasurable. But if I had to answer, in the next 10 to 20 years, we'll be running out of we'll be running low on ideas, but the only thing we can do right now is just sit and watch time do its thing. I mean, you look at that, that Air Europe. It's basically just a hotel in the air, and there's probably about 1, 2, 3, 4. That's five, and then I'm guessing so that's 20 engines, mate. 20 engines. Then it can hold so much. It's basically a yacht and a plane in one. Think about it. If that was a thing, that'd be astonishing. And then look at that car. I actually think that car is actually that's currently being manufactured, actually. But it still looks so good, and of course it's Mercedes. He doesn't love a good Mercedes. My dad has one. Anyway, so but like we'll definitely still be waiting a while. So yeah. Now, what is the future of transportation looking like? Now, with the inventors and idealists out there like Elon Musk, we are close to a real future of transportation, from flying cars and planes that can go underwater. It's basically a submarine, to be fair. To be honest, the only people who will know a lot about this is the people making them. Like a futuristic city, dystopian. They think it's just like a thing that what's the word? It's just like a movie thing, and it's just a genre. No, it can happen, and there's people trying to like make it a thing, but like the biggest like variable you need to consider when if you put all of the ideas together is time. Time will do its thing, and then inventors, I mean, they've had an idea of like erasing the past. Like it's mind-boggling to me. It's just mind-boggling. Anyway, everyone, that'll be the end of today's video. It's a bit different, and I will continue to do them. I've got a bit more planned for it as well. So other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!